Good evening. I'm M. Jubar Ahmed. Thank you so much for joining in the conference on women, policy, and political leadership in the regional perspective. In the memory of 85th glorious birth anniversary of late President Ziaur Rahman in Bangladesh. Tonight, I will also be joined by Ms. Jarifa Ghaffari, Mayor Maidanshar, Afghanistan. She's a lawyer and also a award winner of 100 Courageous Women in the World 2020. Ms. Priya Chaudhary, former Vice President, Delhi University Student Union, National Media Panelist, Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, and graduated from the University of Delhi. Ms. Sultana Jasmine Joy, Assistant General Secretary, Bangladesh Jatiyatawadi Chhatra Dal, a student wing of Bangladesh Nationalist Party, Honorable Fellow, Democracy International Bangladesh, and graduated from the University of Dhaka. Soeda Akraba Fatima, she's a lawyer, Deputy Information Secretary of People's Youth Organization, the Youth Organization of Pakistan People's Party in Sindh, Pakistan, and she's graduated from the University of London. Miss Sajina Karki, civil engineer and fellow Conrad Adenauer School for Young Politicians, and she's an honorable member of Rashtriya Prajatantra Party in Nepal. Ms. Sushi Bishas, she is the national spokesperson of Indian Youth Congress, India. Women have tremendous success in political leadership in the South Asian context or perspective. We have enormous example for political leadership in this region. So, for example, Indira Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi in India, Begum Khaleda Zia and Sheikh Hasina Wajid in Bangladesh, Benazir Bhutto in Pakistan, Sri Madhav Bandanayak in Sri Lanka, and Vidya Devi in Nepal. They came in politics and they lead their country, they lead their party very strongly and very in a excellent way. But they have to face so many challenges at the time of their leadership. They come or they came in power, they came in politics in a very crucial moment and they tried to their best to lead their country. Here our speakers they will express their opinion in the women policy and political leadership, the regional perspective. Also, they will refer to their respective countries' context. Now, I would like to go to our speakers directly. And first of all, I would like to request, I'd like to get the floor to Jarifa Ghaffari from Afghanistan. Please, Ghaffari, share your experience, knowledge, and of course, it must be your Afghanistan context and regional context too. And I know you have got an award of International Courageous in 2020. So, of course, you have enormous example, enormous experience and courage for women leadership. Please begin your speech.
First of all, hi to everyone, and it's really nice being part of this great discussion with all of honorable uh, sisters from different countries, especially in South Asian region. Actually, uh, normally and totally, I have a definition for the topic that uh, from different countries, especially in South Asian region. I wish everyone can hear me.
And Jafari,
Yeah,
please begin.
thank you so much. Women's rights have been symbolic of the fate of Afghanistan, a desire on the part of the international community to rescue Afghan women from their social, political, economic, and uh, all other expertise of the life. Fate was key to mobilize global support to topple the Taliban regime in the days after September 2001. Uh, since 2001, the Afghan government and international community have invested vast resources seeking to improve the status of women. Chief among these were programs to support women leaders in politics, business, and civil society. Throughout the 20th century, women's rights in Afghanistan were either precious or non existent. After the fall of the Taliban 2001, the new Afghan constitution continued and contained specific preventions granting women equal rights, including rights to education and work. 15 years ago, it would have been unthinkable to consider the wide scope of women in position of national significance across the country and so many diverse sectors. Several women have shattered glass ceilings, emerging outside the scope of conventional rules. Women have served as ministers, parliamentarians, senators, mayors, and more top directorates, leaders, or directors. They have lead businesses, established civil society organization, run large circle media operations, and spearheaded anti-corruption campaigns. They have organized nationwide voting campaigns, lead large-scale humanitarian assistance organization, and served as journalists, artists of national recognition. Here, both men and women, Afghan people believe that although the intervention since 2001 has promoted opportunities for women's participation in the public sphere, it has also generated conflicts between liberal nations of human rights promoted by international community and Afghan civil society. An existing value system in the Afghan society representing by religion and costume. Promotion of a woman in such spheres has catapulted women to positions of authority, but at the same time left them in a state where they are frequently removed from the realities of most men and women. Actually, at the end, for a few words, here I'm suggesting some points to make this all work better, at least for upcoming women's generation, and at least here in Afghanistan to Afghan women's generation. First of all,
Uh,
international community
Jeffrey,
can, yeah,
yes, in the first motion, we have limited time. You will get another motion to share your opinion. So
mm,
I request you to stop here for the first motion. I would
that's good.
like to go another speaker. Okay?
That's good.
Okay. Priya Chaudhary, thank you so much for joining with us. Priya Chaudhary from uh, Bharatiya Janata Party BJP India, and she is also the former vice president of their university student union. Miss Priya, am I right? women have women have enormous success in the how the leader of the house and the cabinet, the foreign ministry, and the speaker, local government, and they're also making a good command in policy making area. Say, for example, Fawzia Kafi of Afghanistan, she is showing her excellency in peace dealing with Taliban in Doha. So she is very much courageous and working in the policy level area in Afghanistan. Okay, now I'd like to request Soeda Akraba Fatima. Miss Fatima, it's your floor. Please share your opinion on topic.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you. Thank you, Zubair, for giving me this opportunity. And hi, everyone. Obviously, it is a very good platform to talk about something which is very important and unfortunately has been ignored by our society. Today, I was thinking that I won't be able to attend you and to come here because of some sort of issue in Pakistan we are facing nowadays. And I was busy with PDM. Really, I was working with them. PDM is a basically Pakistan Democratic Movement, which is going on in our country these days. It is basically by opposition parties against the government here, against the government of Imran Khan. Why? Because of the inflation that is going, high and high every day. So I was busy with that, and proudly we lead. It was a small rally in district, and proudly we lead a women rally in a village area, and more than two to 3,000, a large number of women participated in that rally. So, but then when I saw the topic was about the women policies and the politics, so I thought that I should be a part of this because it is a very, very important topic. So, whenever it comes to the South Asian and the Pakistan politics, so it would be unfair to call the name of three, and I would say extraordinary women were Shaheed Benazir Bhutto Saiba. She was the first prime minister of the of the world Muslims countries, and among she became twice, and then we have Shaheed Nusrat Bhutto Saiba, and then we have Fatima Jinnah Saiba. We have so many super women in Pakistan who, Pakistan proudly produced them, and Pakistan has been blessed by them. Shaheed Mohtarama Benazir Bhutto was the great woman, and she's just not the role model for not just the women of Pakistan, but all over the country, all over the world, across the world. She is admired by the women, and women of the other countries are following her footsteps. So she in Pakistan, she fought extremism, she fought terrorism, she fought dictatorship, and in such a young age she lost her entire family, and yet she didn't bow down in front of dictators. She fight. So this is a great model. If I would say today, if I am sitting in front of you, it is also just because of the Shaheed Mohtarama Benazir Bhutto. She did so many things for the women of our country. She made the first police station, first only police station in Pakistan when she became a prime minister. And then she introduced the Lady Health Worker program in Pakistan. And then she made a separate ministry for the women development. I think this is just amazing things that we really, really need to admire her work. So this is the
Uh, Soeda
introduction of
Akraba
my.
Fatima, thank you so much for your excellent opinion regarding the topic. Actually, women's participation in politics and their leadership is very important for a sustainable democracy and a democratic development. So,
True,
of course,
true.
their participation, their leadership is very important for a true democracy and to ensure a democratic environment. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, I would like to request Sajina Karki from Nepal. Sajina, it's your floor to share your opinion or welcome comment on the topic.
Namaste, I'm Sazina Karki from Nepal and I'm a member of a Rashtriya Prajatantra Party. At first, I would like to thank Zubir Ahmed for inviting us here and talk on some women policy and politics. In the context of Nepal, after the 1989 AD movement, the women participation has been increased, and by the Constitution of 2015 of Nepal, we are given 33.33 percent of quota system, which is the highest number among the South Asia. In, and even in the local election also in 2017, which took place after 19 years, we have 50% of women participation provision. Like if mayor is male candidate, then female must be deputy mayor candidate. Such provisions are given after so many years, but at least we have now the provision and quota system. While we are talking about the quota system, the countries like Bhutan, Sri Lanka, and Maldives, they are against the quota system, and they're right. But for in the context of women, if we are talking, the quota system is quite good because at least it's increasing the quantity or quantity number in the parliament or in the government or in our local environment where women represents their views and their problems and their policies or what they want to represent. At least they got the seat. But the main problem what we are facing, though we are having the highest number, that is 33, and the main problem what we are seeing right now is, though we have the huge number of seats, but the women are actually suppressed by the male leaders, which is a very I must say, which is a negative points. That's why maybe the Bhutan, Sri Lanka, or Maldives, they are against the quota system. But at least when Afghanistan, that is 27% seat, which is second highest in the South Asia, and third is Bangladesh. When it comes to Bangladesh, what I must say is, after the being the prime minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, the policy system, which we know that which took place in 2020 October against the rapists, that is the death penalty system policy for women, which is the most highlighted thing I must say in 2020 for the South Asia in the context of women, which we should learn from Bangladesh to the all countries. Thanks. That's much for my first.
Okay, Sajana, thank you for sharing your brilliant comment or welcome comment on the topic. Thank you so much. Actually, women have to face so much challenges, barriers, and difficulties at the time of running their politics in a male-dominated society. But they're overcoming all sorts of difficulties, barriers, and challenges, and they're showing their great performance from the cabinet in the house of and in the grassroots level and to the supreme level. So, so their performance and their excellence in leadership is really praisable, in spite of all sorts of challenges and all sorts of barriers in the male-dominated politics and society. Now, I'd like to request Sultana Jasmine Joy from Bangladesh. She is also the Assistant General Secretary of Bangladesh Jatatabadi Chhatra Dal, a student wing of Bangladesh Nationalist Party. Ms. Joy, it's your floor. Please share your uh, opinion and experience on the topic.
Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm very glad to have such opportunity to share my views and women leadership representing the youth of Southeast Asia. Special thanks to my dear anchor Jubair Bhai and all the same times. At the same time, I would like to extend my best wishes and congratulations to the women leaders representing the today's discussion on behalf of my personally, on behalf of my party Bangladesh Jatiyatawadi Chhatra Dal, and as a whole, obviously on behalf of my people of Bangladesh. Start my opinion. Firstly, look at the positive motive about Bangladesh's women. In the year of 2015, Nobel laureate economist Amartya Sen and Jane Darragh write a book, India, Development and Deprivation. shown there the progress of women in Bangladesh in much higher than India. In Bangladesh, 56% of women are working. In India, rate is 29%. They have shown that Bangladesh is also ahead in women's literacy and education. We have a proverb in Bangladesh that jurist cows in is the book, not in the barn. Actually, meaning is the hack. In Bangladesh, where women make up to 50% of the total population, progress is visible. Among the very small number of women, a vast majority of our women are still excluded from this system symptoms, who have no access to information and education, who have to live as expatriates, who can't move freely in their own decision, and are barred from exercising their range of material power freely. The biggest obstacles to women's empowerment in Bangladesh is negative anti-women social psychology. The narrative is still powerful in our society that its primary job is for a woman is to look after the house and family, to serve her husband or father-in-law. However, in the name of looking after the serving, a huge amount of unpaid work is placed to the soldiers of women. Is it not yet safe for women? In our country's educational institutions, every now and then there are various shocking and horrible news in torture in the media. I think the whole world in the grip of the corona pandemic, but violence against women is not stopped. Reports of heinous crimes such as rape against human are available on a regular basis. It is not with great concern that cybercrime with the women has increased to the day by day horrific extent. I don't think that there is a single woman who has never been a victim of cyberbullying. Let me tell you, it's not just a story of non-receipt or complaint. Just I want to highlight my own reality that I face in involving in politics. Uh, how situation are and the real panorama, what is happening in this in Bangladesh. I'm really confused, but trying to hopeful for better Bangladesh because we are here and we are also alive. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Joy. Women's political participation outside the elite circle of women leaders in South Asian countries has crossed an uneven territory in the post-colonial period. So it's very tough for beyond the elite class to engage in politics. But the thing we are noticing recent times, the young politicians or young women, they are engaging in mainstream politics and they're doing better equation to other male or other people. So it's a very precious news and information for us. Thank you so much, Joy. Now I'd like to request Priya Chaudhary from BJP. She is the uh, national media panelist of Bharatiya Janata Party, and she was also the former vice president of Delhi University Student Union. She's so much experienced. She's also the honorable fellow of Conrad Adionary School for Young Politicians. Uh, Priya Chaudhary, it's your floor. Please share your experience and knowledge and of course a brilliant opinion regarding the topic. Please begin. Priya Chaudhary, we can't hear you.
Sorry. So
Okay,
thanks, Jubair. And I'm
thank you so
feeling
much.
very grateful, very happy to connect with the dynamic and enthusiastic women around the Asia. And the topic is women policy and political leadership in regional perspective. So I would like to start with the term women. Women means the half of the world, and we are talking about ourselves, the half of the world. So we can't elaborate the word women, women word itself a subject in every sphere of study. Let's talk about the given term. The first thing is policy women. So if we focused, we noticed, if we see the past decade of this, women's visibility has grown very much. I have some data to share with you in the letter section. I'll share that data. If we really want to create gender equality, we must give space to women in policies. This is my first view about the policy part. And the political leadership, for the political leadership, I think all the countries we are representing here in this webinar are women are facing the same challenges like characterization, lack of sources, timing problems, and other like financial problems. So in the political leadership, there are lack of faith of public in women's. We have to prove ourselves. In India, there are certain things which are not not going with the women leadership, but yes, the situation is very much higher than the other countries. Like in Bharatiya Janata Party, there are more and more participation from the women. In if we comparison with the other parties like Congress party, some communist parties, there are much participation in BJP party. So if when we give assurance and security to women, we can join, we give them space, we can give them this opportunity to join and to raise their hands, to raise their faces in political leadership. So this is small introduction I prepared spontaneously. That's all from my side.
Thank you so much, Priya Chaudhary. We have just finished our first episode. Now we would like to turn in our second round or second episode. In the second episode, at first, I would like to give floor to our Honorable Mayor of Maidan Shor, Wardak in Afghanistan, uh, Ms. Jarifa. I draw your kind attention, please. Are you here?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Ms. Jarifa, you are a people's representative and mayor of the city corporation. As in your day-to-day work, you have to face so many challenges to do the work as a woman. First of all, you will mention what sorts of challenges you actually face in your day-to-day work. Secondly, please share your opinion and what is your advice for the young politicians who are engaging in politics in recent times, and what is your advice for them? Thirdly, what is your feelings whenever you got the award of International Courageous Award from Manila Trump in 2020? Am I clear to you?
Yeah, thank you. I got all of your points. First of all, uh, starting from problems and challenges of women in this country, and what we are facing day to day. But personally, at the end, what I am facing day to day, personally, it's something that uh, really, like, we are facing equally challenges as a woman normally in society, as a person normally in a top leading office. uh, First of all, when I was appointed as a mayor, it was actually there were lots of people who were not accepting this, and they were making some rallies and stuffs to stop me joining my office. And their reason was just that they uh, just that I'm a woman and a small girl. A young girl or a young woman can't lead a technical office for a whole city. So my challenges to work has been started from the first. and that starting of my work. Uh, then after 9 months, I got introduced to my office and I got the chance to work here. During this 3 years of work of my to this office, I faced 3 time armed attack on me. I face lots of threats from different teams and parties. I'm facing, like, I'm trying to here whatever I'm doing is just to try to improve or try to prove myself as a young leader who can really walk. Doesn't matter who she or he is, what the gender they are having. And it's so hard for a for people of a province or a city where more than 80% of population are still uneducated, or still bounded by the some customs, some religious dark interventions. So it's really hard, and I face lots of problems. But what matters a lot for me is what the aim I'm having and what I'm carrying with me as a woman, at least to other women in this country. So, like, at the end of just 2 months back, I lost my dad. Taliban were killed my dad, and they shoot my dad in for just in front of our house, and I lost him. Uh, but I never stopped because I know the only way that these women, these people are able to handle us, to stop us, to break us, is just to directly attack us as a woman, as a second part or second one in a generation, in a country, in a population. So here are all the problems, all these obstacles, but whatever I'm facing, I think is least than what people are facing, at least in the areas which are under control of Taliban. They are not able to read, they are not able to have healthcare facilities, they are not able to at least to call themselves or to prove themselves as an equal human being in society. It's so hard for this people, for this woman, but still, uh, all we all know that nothing can break us, nothing can make us into pieces, and we will fight whatever it comes. We will stay here our ground.
Okay, thank you, Zarifa. Thank you, Zarifa, for your brilliant discussion and opinion and sharing for the betterment of young politicians, especially the women, in the context of Afghanistan and South Asian regional perspective. Now, I would like to request Sajina Karki. Miss Karki, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay, Karki, you have so much experience, and you're also the honorable fellow of Conrad Adenauer School for Young Politicians, and also a communication officer of Adela. You're working with politicians, especially the women in South Asian perspective. I have a definite question, a specific question to you that women are working in different policy level area. What is your perception? What do you think the women who are engaging in different policy making area, are they doing better in your Nepali context and in regional context? How do you think, and what is your evaluation regarding the women's leadership and different policy level fields?
It's a quite good question right now in the context of Nepal because All of you must know that our constitution was dissolution by the prime minister with the signature of our president, which is unconstitutional by law, and the case is going on our Supreme Court about the cabinet dissolution. Such things is what the policy level is showing that even though we have a president who is a woman, but she is just signing on the behalf of the PM, who is the party president also from there, like president and PM both are from the same party, and sorry. And with this example, very good example, I must say that the women who are in the power also, like they are acting as a dummy variable. So the policy level is not working at all for the context of the women in Nepal. And I must say that not by looking this current or practical kind of things from the South Asia, we have like uh, powerful women from India, from Bangladesh, and from Sri Lanka, and from Pakistan as well. Out of 100, from Bangladesh, we have 36. Can I take a break? I'm really having some cough. Jubir, can you go on
Yes.
with another speaker? I'm
Okay,
little having
okay,
a conflict on.
okay, okay, Sajina, okay. Uh, Miss Sweta Akrava Fatima, I would like to get your kind attention, please. Fatima, can you hear
Yes,
me?
yes, yes, I can hear you.
Fatima, you are the most youngest politician in our among our guests here. Uh, and at the same time, you're also the lawyer because you have finished your law graduation from the University of London. You are doing or running your politics in Pakistan, and we have a general perception that it's very tough for women to run politics in Pakistan, especially because there are so many challenges there. So, what sorts of challenges you actually face in your time whenever you're at the time of your politics or as a politician in Pakistan? Beside this, please mention according and what is your opinion for the women leadership and their challenges in the regional context. Regional context means South Asian countries. Am I clear to you?
Yes, yes, you are. That's, I think, a very nice question and a very nice question. I've also like to admire Zarifa. I was listening her. So basically, it was very sad that whatever happened to her, and my sympathies and condolences for her father with her. I think she's not online. She's not aware right now with us. So moving on, I would like to share my own experience when I started my career and I came to in politics. Basically, I am the third generation in Pakistan People's Party in politics before my grandmother and then my mother and now I am in. So we have been in more than 50 years in politics. It is, sorry, can you hear me?
No, no. Yes, Fatima, please
Uh,
continue.
I am the third generation Pakistan People's Party and in politics. So we have been in more than 50 years in politics. So definitely I faced many things because of cultural issues and also structural issues. And it is not just about the Pakistan but all over the regional Pakistan, other countries having a South Asian, women are facing challenges. And when in Pakistan, There was no culture for women to come into politics before Shaheed Mohtama Benazir Bhutto. She broke those, barriers, and she came into politics, and she then gave the voice to other women. She fought for the rights of other women. Then today I am the follower her, because I know that how to talk on my rights. So I would say because uh, and also I believe in the rights equal. If a woman can hold a good position in any departments, it is not just about the politics but also government departments. If she can is get, so I think she can change many things, and it is a very important part as well. So women in politics are really important, as they all are equally decision makers.
Thank you, Fatima. Thank you so much for your extraordinary opinion on the topic. Thank you so much. Uh, it's very tough and challenging for women to run their politics in the male-dominated society or male-dominated politics here.
Right.
In spite of all sorts of challenges, the women are actually doing better in their own position, and they are facing different sorts of challenges in their uh, position. It may be in the rural or in the local government or local leadership. It may be the supreme leadership. They're actually doing better and showing their extraordinary excellency in all places. Now I'd like to request Priya Chaudhary from India. Miss Priya, I would like to get your kind attention, please. Okay, Priya. Okay, uh, you are a member of Bharatiya Janata Party, the biggest political party in the South Asian or in the world. Actually, I can say. So, different sorts of challenges you have to face, both in your party and in your country as a woman leadership. Actually, you will exchange your views, what sorts of challenges you actually face at a time of politics. But my specific question to you that how women's political status has changed over time, and what remains to be done for women to gain full political empowerment. Am I clear to you? Priya,
The question again.
question is how women's political status has changed over time, and what remains to be done for women to gain full political empowerment. What remains to be done for
Okay.
women to get full political empowerment, both in
So in
Indian and
political
regional context. Okay.
For the second portion of the topic for political leadership, I prepared some points which I would like to explain thoroughly. Though political leadership and policy making very much well connected to each other, it's been not easy to women walk on the path of the political leadership. Since Indira Gandhi to Hillary Clinton, Sushma Swaraj to me, Priya Chaudhary, years and years, the challenges and perspective are still same, with the little bit difference. We are facing the same challenges, I think, around the globe. The women who are politically motivated are facing the same challenges in different kind of a little bit changes, with the little bit changes. Although the participation of women in legislative assemblies are has risen, while I was preparing this report and for this event, I was going through the some UN data, which I early in the earlier part I mentioned you. I will discuss it in later part. So the data is very quite interesting. See, only 4 countries have 50% or more women participation parliamentarian. Means the out of the out of out of so many countries, only 4 countries have this participation more than 50%. Can you imagine the condition of women? And the other thing is, 119, mind it, 119 countries have never had a women leader. 119 countries in 21st century never had a women leader. 10 countries have women head of the state, 13 countries have a women head of the government. And the most common portfolios given to women are child and labor, uh, child and women department, labor department, youth department. These are the department deployed to women only. So despite here in India is showing mirror to the world. Like we have five foreign minister, a woman, Sushma Swaraj, is passed away, and finance minister Nirmala Sitaramanji. And I must add how at the local government at panchayati level, India has 50% reservation for women. And this is quite amazing thing ever happened in Indian politics. We are demanding 33% in parliament also. And there are some other countries, South African countries, which has tremendous changes for the women politician. Like if you heard about Uganda, that country has 61% participation of women in parliament. The data is very enthusiastic, and the other countries must learn from them. And the other data I would like to share. mm, And I'm sure all will agree that women are facing the same challenges around the globe, which I mentioned, like characterization, lack of resources, lack of faith of public, lack of family support, lack of finance, timings problems. We face a lot of timing problems, and everywhere in the world, women are have two legs in two boats. Like they have to handle their families, they have to handle the political agendas, they have to handle their career issues. Means we are not different. If we are women, we are not different in any kind. So these are the issues, and in terms of my experience, so, being a student leader and now the spokesperson of Bharatiya Janata Party in national team, I never faced so many hurdles. But yes, there are certain things which every woman face in the political arena. If you are politically motivated, you have to go through them. You have solved them. Like the my Afghani friend said, she lost her father. Fortunately there are not like no conditions like Afghanistan, but yes, we are facing some challenges which I mentioned.
Okay, thank you, Priya Chaudhary, for your brilliant expression and brilliant opinion
So
regarding
yeah,
the topic. Thank you
anything
so much.
else, any other questions?
No, right now I don't have any question. I will come back
Can I
to
just
you.
question regarding with the Priya what she just saying? Can I?
Okay, yes.
Yeah, according to the data, what she was saying that in India, the bill was pending since 2008 for 33.33% seat for reserve. That the bill is 108th amendment. What do you think, Priya? Since 2008, the bill is pending. It go on or not?
Hello, Priya. Hello, Priya. Sajina, please finish your question. Do you have any question to Priya? Or Priya can't understand you?
I think yes, she will come back to me. We can go move on, I think.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me introduce
What
with
happened?
Shoshi বিশ্বাস.
Yes.
Yes, she's
Yes. Hello, am I audible?
Yes. Uh, Priya, please, we can hear you. Okay,
Priya,
Priya.
do you want to may I ask the question again? I think you are not clear about the question, I think.
Okay,
No,
Priya.
I think I Zina has some network. My
Okay, now let me introduce with Ms. Shoshi বিশ্বাস. She is the national spokesperson of Indian Youth Congress, India. She's a very brilliant young politician in India. How are you, Shoshi?
Thank you so much, Mr. Zubair. I'm very thankful and I'm privileged to be part of this panel. And I would a very good evening. My humble greetings to each one of you, Miss Sultana, then Miss Sayeda Akraba, Miss Priya Chaudhary, Sajna Karki ji. मेरी तरफ से आप सबको नमस्ते from India. And it's really
Thank you so
nice
much.
to see you all in a panel powered by ladies. So I'm very thankful to Mr. Zubair also for this beautiful initiative which you have taken. And I'm very thankful for this topic as well, because this is something which need to be discussed. No doubt we all belong to different nations, but ultimately we all are women, the most beautiful creation of the God. So I'm feeling really blessed to be a part of this panel. We are going to
Okay,
discuss politics and empowerment, but I'm thankful to Mr. Zubair and I'm privileged. Yes, Mr. Zubair.
okay, okay, Shoshi. Please let me come back to you. Now I would like to request Sultana Jasmine Joy from Bangladesh. Miss Joy, in Bangladesh, we observed that there's different quota systems for women leadership to increase their participation in mainstream politics. First of all, you will show your opinion. Do you support quota system or not for women in politics or their direct participation in politics? Which one you prefer? You will show your opinion. Secondly, in Bangladesh, how about the women leadership and their condition? Is there any congenial atmosphere for women to run politics, or has the government ensured a secure access of women to enter in politics? Please share your opinion regarding this issue.
Thank you, Jubair Bhai, for your very expecting question. Actually, in our political system, according to our RPO, that RPO Act in 2012 or 2003, there has a specific point to maintain the quota, where is well said in that the 33% women inclusion must be done, should be done within 2020, 2025. Main political party of Bangladesh is Bangladesh Awami League, already done maybe 17%, and Bangladesh Nationalist Party, it's also progressing their conditions, improving there gradually. And in our national parliament, 1975, not 75, 1978, we are included 15 reserved seat for women and former President President Ziaur Rahman. And after that, former Prime Minister of Bangladesh government, that's Begum Khaleda Zia, he has increased these seats within 50 seats. Now, in total, 30 electoral seats for Bangladesh Parliament and 50 seats for reserve for women, only for reserve. You know, among those 100 elected seats, they are also allowed for women for voting or for elected. So in this perspective, I am obviously glad to my party chief and our party founder. They have initiated such initiatives. Now, I'm going to the point of specific or very specific question. You though you are also yourself as a young student leader of the political party of Bangladesh. So I think you know what's the current political reality of Bangladesh. I have experienced 2 month prison life as an active women leaders of the opposition of party organization. I have directly viewed how much a woman is living in her life when somebody in jail. In fact, the women is not safe in there. Maybe receiving some news through the media of Bangladesh. The actual situation is horrible from that. Since it's an international discussion, it's not going to talk in details. But a woman has to survive in political angrily by competing the thousands of male workers. In today's discussion, I want to inform all the participants that which party I do with ideologically. The head of this political party, Bangladesh Nationalist Party, BNP chairperson Begum Khaleda Zia, was kept in jail, and it obviously very unfairly jailed. No, do you know? I think who is Khaleda Zia? In brief, I explained in 1995. The World Bank Bangladesh chief commented that if Khaleda Zia does not sit in the prime minister's chair, it has already been made a pride of to the women empowerment of whole of Bangladesh. But what we see today, a former prime minister of a political mandate, a senior citizen of Bangladesh, which is about 75 years of age, wife of ex-army chief, wife of ex-president also, has been kept in jail. Northless women are going to move forward with these obstacles and go ahead. So about women leadership in Bangladesh, I talked about frustration, talked about challenges during this time. I could not bring many things into South Asia leadership content. All of this, then we'll
Okay,
listening to my
thank
speech.
you, Sultana
Thank you
Jasmine
also.
Joy, for showing up the real scenario and the atmosphere that is in Bangladesh for the women leadership, the challenges, the problems. Okay, thank you so much. Now I'd like to request. I would like to get kind attention of uh, Shuse Bishas. Bishas, please listen to me. The thing is that a significant fact that no woman leader has openly concerned herself with women's issues. If I say, for example, in Indian context, women political leaders at the regional level, like Joy Lalita in Tamil Nadu, Mayawati in Uttar Pradesh, Mamata Banerjee in West Bengal, they have not explicitly taken up women's issues as the main issues in politics. What do you think? Why they don't take these issues in main politics? And please show your opinion on the topic. I don't have any specific question to you regarding this matter. Okay.
Uh, your voice had a little bit of cracks, so it's not quite audible. But I understood your question. Okay, women in India participate in voting for public offices, for political parties, but lower levels more than men. And political activism and strongest areas of women political participation have held the post. I mean, we had Indira Gandhi, now longest serving Congress president, Shrimati Sonia Gandhi, as you have said, Ms. Jay Lalita or Mayawati ji or Mamta Banerjee ji. We have a galaxy of leadership from the very beginning. But since independence, now it has been more than 72 years, we need more participation. As a nation, no doubt, we believe in Lord Shiva and we believe in Shakti. If you can understand, means feminine energy, Adi Shakti. So, as per our mythology or as per our Upanishads and Purans, we are born intelligent, born decisive. But even though, as Ms. Priya Chaudhary said, as my rest of the panelist women said, personally, I feel being a politician, I feel being a lady, I feel we need more space all over the world, especially for those developing countries. In comparison with our male politicians, we have less space. After since independence, more than 72 years, and just in Lok Sabha, just 12% of the total male dominance is only women. When it comes to state assemblies, it is worse, between 5 to 7%. On ground level, as Ms. Priya said, Shri Rajiv Gandhi gave us Panchayati Raj Vyavastha. After that, one third of the, like from last few years, more than 10 lakh in Nigams, in Panchayats, in Pradhani, approx 10 lakh women empowered through these schemes. So in electoral system also, especially in those, because at all the levels, especially in decision making, especially in policy making, more and more women need to be encouraged. So that kind of opportunity across the globe, we are not getting. And personally, I feel like why we are not people believe that their competency is an issue, but as she said about Mrs. Benazir Bhutto, as I told you, our prime minister, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, or Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, or Sarojini Naidu ji. So we have a whole list of female politicians in India. But when it comes to participation in political arena, even I, in my 10-year political career, I also have no answer about it, that why we are not getting space in policy making and in decision making. Because when it comes to competency, personally, I have seen so many young girls, so many women, they are competent, they're eligible, and a few barriers are there, like whether it is economical, social. But the very first thing which I believe, that patriarchal society, this is the basic reason why we are not getting opportunity. Because the moment people will realize, the moment our male counterparts will realize that we are equally competent, I think then we will get the opportunity. Because whether in Lok Sabha just 12%, whether in state assemblies 5 to 10%, whether in Nigams, even we have a concept of Pradhanpati as well. At the time of Congress, various laws has been made, whether it is for women's security, or for the domestic violence, or for the dowry, or for the harassment at workplace. But even though, personally, I feel I belong to urban area, and the situation is pathetic and poor in these rural conditions. Girls are bright, but they are deprived of education, lack of hygiene, lack of resources. So socio barriers are there, economical barriers are there, and cultural barriers are there. So I believe that we need to be more empowered internally, spiritually. We need to believe in our cultural and moral values. Along with that, we need to teach our children, especially girls, adolescent girls, young girls, because when lakhs and lakhs of girls, especially in Bihar or in other rural parts of our country, they don't even get good education. So how can we expect upcoming leadership from the females? What happened in last 72 years, I don't want to talk about more about that, because various things are there. If I just would like to give you a lucrative picture of anything, so that is a different thing. But what I personally believe, if you make a woman educated or strong, or if you give recognition or acknowledgement to a woman in political, if you make her powerful, you will empower a community. So across the globe, I wish and I pray to my Almighty that more and more women should be empowered. I admire Oprah Winfrey so much, and I admire Priyanka Chopra so much. These are the ladies who have broken the glass ceiling from the various segments. So in this panel, like Miss Sultana, then Miss Sayyida, Miss Sajna, then Miss Priya, we
Sorry, we have lost her uh, because the poor internet connection. We are in the our last stage. Would like to finish our program here. Just I would like to go the final round to everyone for one comment. First of all, I would like to request Soeda Akrama Fatima, Miss Fatima. Uh, we would like to finish our program here. So, if do you have any comment regarding the program, regarding the topic, please share in a sentence.
That was amazing. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we're having network issue. Okay. So it was just amazing and learned so many things, new things, and regional politics and different, countries what happening there. So I would only say, I think it's now still a very long way to go. So I just want to quote what Shaheed Mohtama Benazir Bhutto said, that it is not easy being a woman anywhere. Moreover, for women leaders, the obstacles are greater, the demands are greater, the barriers are greater, and the double standard are greater. And then for our country's
Okay.
leader,
Okay. Fatima, thank you so much for
thank you.
joining in our
It was really
program
nice
from
to join you
Pakistan.
people. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Miss Sajina Karki, can you hear me? Sajina?
Yes. Yeah.
Sajina, we are in our final round and would like to finish our program. So we need a sentence like finishing comment from you regarding the topic or the subject you can mention or share your.
And from the context of Nepal and from the South Asian context, I must say the challenges for the women are political factors, sociocultural factors, and economical factors nowadays, and we must overcome them with the only the help of the political parties, and they must ensure the involvement of the new, young, and not from the dynasty level only, but from the ground level, they
Sajina,
could
thank you so much.
motivate young women.
Sajina, thank you so much. Miss Priya Chaudhary, do you have any comment regarding the program?
Yes, as I said, public policies, and political leadership go hand in hand. So, public policy has the capacity to either perpetuate or eliminate discrimination and gender inequality, making gender a centralized consideration in the development and implementation of public policy. So, we have to focus on both the things, that there in both the boards there should be women.
Thank you so much. Sultana Jasmine Joy, please
Thank you,
share your
Jubair bhai.
finishing comment
Actually, I
here.
think we are future representative of females, so we shall overcome all problems together. And obviously, we have thousands of years of tradition of Bangladesh that people are very, very hospitable. Each of all the friends I invited to visit Bangladesh, everyone in peace and safe forever. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bangladesh Zindabad.
Thank you so much. Jarifa, can you hear me? Jarifa? Miss Jarifa, can you hear me? Hello? Uh, Most probably Jarifa can't hear me. Uh, Ms. Jose Vishas, we are in our last stage of discussion. We need one sentence comment from you. I think you will finish your uh, discussion within the shortest possible of time.
Sure. Am I audible now?
Yes, you're audible.
So I'm very thankful and I wish you all good luck. As Ms. Sultana said, we are all future representatives. So stay healthy and blessed. Keep rising, keep shining, keep your inner instinct very high, your potential very high, because obstacles will come. people will try to dominate us. Barriers are there. Definitely, what I believe, politics is the most, this is the toughest competition, as we believe, like IIT, PMT, ICW, CA, the competitions which we have in our system. But politics is something like recognition, power. So a lot of passion, lot of dedication, lot of devotion, and lot of courage and consistency is needed. So I wish you all, and I bless you all, and I'll keep in touch. It's really nice to see you all.
The
Okay.
Stay
pace of
blessed.
Thank
the
you,
pace
Susi
of
Vishwas. Thank you so much for sharing your brilliant opinion here. Jarifa has messaged me and now she is okay. Miss Jarifa, can you hear me right now? Jarifa, is it okay? Okay. Okay, thank you so much for joining in this session. And we have discussed a very brilliant discussion here. All the young politicians, uh, they have shared their experience, shared their knowledge and opinion at the time of their politics, what they actually face day-to-day politics here. We need to arrange such program more and more for development of women leadership and for the sustainable democracy. Actually, women's leadership is must, and without their participation in politics, it's very tough for making a congenial atmosphere for a true democracy. Uh, the people right now they are trying to give importance of women leadership in the regional perspective. In regional perspective, we have enormous good examples in and the women leadership. Of course, their number is very poor, but it's the thing we can praise that the young politicians or younger generation they are involving in mainstream politics and they are showing their great performance in politics. We can assure them, we can take care of them so that they can uh, go forward and make a good or congenial atmosphere for women politicians in the South Asian context. Now, I would like to finish our program here. Thank you so much again for joining in the conference. Thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye all. Nice to meet you all.
Bye. Same here.
Thank you so much. Have a good night,
Good
everyone.
Thank you.
night.
Keep the enthusiasm on. We'll rock.